What's up, guys? DansKing1711, the best damn thing in gaming around. And I know it's been a while since my last video. So it's been like, what? A little over a month? And I do apologize for that. Two main reasons, though. One, work has been working me super hard lately, and I just only get like 2 days off a week. And those days off are usually Monday, Tuesday. And it's getting to the point where I'm sleeping most of the day Monday and really only have a day and a half to myself. And the other reason is that I haven't really had much motivation lately, and part of that's due to the whole working me too hard. But besides that, I'm here now with first off, a huge announcement, and second off, a new deck profile. So, let's start things off with the huge announcement, which is I've gotten into Dragon Ball Super, the card game. So, what that means for you guys is that you guys can start expecting content from me based around A, Pokemon, B, Dragon Ball Super, and 3, more casual base, Yu-Gi-Oh! And I say casual base for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because being in 3 TCGs, as you guys might expect, can be a little demanding on the wallet. It's how things go. But without further ado, just because this is now the third time trying to record this, first time didn't go, second time the audio didn't go, you get the idea. Let's do this. So, going into this deck profile, first things off, it is a blue-green Goku deck. And I will have a video up at some point in the future explaining what exactly Dragon Ball Super is and how to play it, yada yada yada. But for now, just know that it's a lot like Magic the Gathering meets Vanguard meets, I don't know, Duel Masters. It's a bunch of different things thrown into one. But for our leader for the deck, we are running the green Goku with Double Strike. And you'll see why that is in a second. It has a lot of synergy with the rest of the deck. It has Double Strike on both sides. It's just one side's 10k, the other side's 15, and you draw a card when it attacks. So, going into the deck profile itself, it's 50 cards, which obviously, because it's Dragon Ball Super, we are starting off with 4 copies of Human Shield Krillin. Why? Because it's a 1-drop blocker that you can easily just get out in there, and if you need to get it to the drop zone, because actually it being in the drop zone is very crucial for the card that this deck is based around, which I will talk about here in a few minutes. But it's a 1-drop, it's a 5k combo, and it's a blocker. It's a good card all around, at least for this deck anyway. Next up, we have 4 copies of Trunks Protector of Children. It's our 10k combo card for the deck because we're running a green leader. Basically, you combo with this card when you have 4 cards or less in your life, and you draw a card, and this card gets plus 10k combo for the turn. You always run the free 10k combos in any deck that you run, so depending on which leader you're running, it determines which 10k combo you run. Up next is our green negators, 4 copies of Full Power Energy. It's a 1-drop. Yeah, you play it during your opponent's turn to negate an attack, and then you KO a battle card they control with energy of 1 or less. Pretty nice. Up next, we have the card that this deck is based around. I do plan on getting a couple more copies of this card in the future. But it's Awakening Rage Goku. It starts off as a 6-drop, but you can get it out for 5 if you evolve it from a Son Goku. And it starts off with Double Strike, which is pretty good. But if you have a Krillin in your drop zone, that Double Strike bumps up to Triple Strike. And when you play this card, choose any number of your opponent's battle cards with a total of 6 energy or less, KO all of them. Yeah, pretty nice card. Up next, we have 4 copies of Furious Yell Vegeta. It's just another double striker, so we're controlling the board. We're also aggro. It's an aggro control deck. You get the idea. So you have the double strike, and then once per turn, you can take one card from your life to the drop area, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and KO it. Pretty nice. It helps a lot, especially with the tokens that are coming out. Because the tokens have 0 energy. So, up next to supplement the Furious Yell Vegetas, we have one copy of Raging Attacker Vegeta. It's another card with double strike. So again, aggro, we're pushing for lots of damage. But it also can be played during your opponent's turn because it has a counter attack. And if you do it, and when you play it, you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and KO it. So you can easily KO something that your opponent plays when they attack on their turn. Pretty nice. Next up, and this is just a filler for some of the stuff I'm missing. Well, the last few green cards anyway are fillers for stuff I'm missing. But we're running, but it still fits the theme of the deck, surprisingly enough. So I don't know. But anyway, 4 copies of Energy Power Gotenks. When it attacks a leader, they have to discard one card and put it in the drop zone. So that's pretty nice. And then to supplement those, we have 1 copy of Super Saiyan Gotenks. It evolves from Gotenks, so obviously. It's another one that has double strike, and when you play it, you can choose up to 2 of your energy and switch them to active mode, then draw 1 card. So we're not just controlling our opponent's board, we're controlling our own, and getting back the energy that we use to bring him out or anything else, as well as getting more cards in our hand. Last but not least, for green, we have 2 copies of Family Kamehameha. It basically is a 1-drop that you can use during your turn to KO anything that your opponent has with an energy of 2 or less. So that's not bad. Moving on to the blue side of the deck, we have 4 copies of Kaizen Son Goku. It's our 1-drop for the blue side that helps us go into our bigger stuff. Basically, when you play it, you look at the top 7 cards of your deck, pick 1 blue Son Goku from there and add to your hand, then shuffle your deck. So you can grab more Son Gokus, or you can grab the next couple cards I'm going to talk about. It's really good for deck thinning. Sorry. Up next, we have 2 copies of Overflowing Spirit, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Son Goku. Try saying that 5 times fast. Basically, it's a 4-drop that needs 2 blue energy, but it has critical. Now, what critical does, for those of you guys that don't know, is that instead of taking, when your leader takes damage, normally the card would go to your hand. So you have 8 cards in your life area. If you drop to 0, you're done. Normally, when you take damage, the card from your life goes to your hand. Well, critical makes that card go to the drop zone instead. So, this does critical damage every time it attacks. And if you have 5 or more energy, it gains 10k during your turn. So, for a 4-drop, it's got 2500 or 25k power. That's not bad. Plus critical, pretty good. Up next, we have 2 copies of Rapid Spirit Ball Son Goku. It's normally a 3-drop, but you can get it out for 2 by evolving a Son Goku into it. And then when you play this card, choose up to 1 of your energy and switch it to active. So essentially, you're getting it out for 1, which is pretty nice. That's it for the Goku cards at the moment. I do plan on getting, like I said, 2 more Awakening Rage Gokus, as well as 2 God Brick Gokus. I just haven't really had the time or money to get them yet. But moving on with the deck profile itself, we're running 2 copies of Energy Boosted Boo. This will eventually be 4, but what it does is a 1-drop that when you play it, you draw a card. So, card advantage, always good, no matter what. 2 copies of Guardian North Kai. It's our 1-drop blue blocker. So, and if you don't need it, you can always just charge it as energy. So, 4 copies of Wizard's Coercion, or however you pronounce it. English is not my strong suit, which is weird because I've been... Yeah, never mind. You get there. What it does is you one-drop blue negate attack, and so you negate the attack, and then you can switch one of your energy to active mode. So pretty much you're negating an attack for free if you use a blue energy, and then switch that one blue energy back to... Yeah. Moving forward, we have 2 copies of Ultimate Judgment Jaco. This will drop down to 1, or I might even just drop it to the sideboard. I'm not 100% sure yet. Right now, it's just mainly filler for the stuff I'm missing. But you're mainly running it for its combo effect anyway, which is when you combo with this card, you can take 1 combo from your opponent's area and return it to the hand, which is not bad. Up next, we have 3 copies of One-Hit Destruction Vegetas, which is another triple strike for the deck. So again, aggro. And normally you would take 6 energy to drop it, but if you have 7 more energy, this card in your hand gains Evolve. So basically, well, it gains Evolve without having to pay the energy cost. So it's a free Evolve on any Vegeta, and has triple strike. That's pretty fun. Yeah. Next up, we have 1 copy of God Charge Vegeta. It has it's normally a 6 energy as well, but you can get out for 5 because it has Evolve Vegeta for 3 blue and 2 colorless. It has dual attack, so again being aggro. But here's the thing: dual attack makes it so that when you attack with it, after that attack is done, it switches back to active and you can attack again. So nice. Where dual strike does 2 damage on 1 attack, dual attack does 1 damage with 2 attacks. But it also has critical. So again, instead of taking that damage to the hand, it goes to the drop zone instead. And on top of all that, it has an auto which says when a card evolves into this card, choose up to 1 opponent's battle card with blocker and return it to the hand. Pretty nice. The last blue card we're running in this deck is Beerus, General of Demolition. I might actually bump this up to 2 or 3. I'm still debating on that. But it's another triple striker. So again, aggro. But it also has that control element in that when this card attacks a leader card, your opponent has 2 different options. They can either choose 2 cards from the hand and place them in the drop area, so getting rid of some of their card advantage, or they can choose all the opponent or they can choose all their battle cards and energy and place them in the drop area. Yeah. Can you say busted control? So yeah, you see where we're going with this is aggro, is control. But the last 2 cards of the deck are 2 copies of Furthering Destruction Champa. And yes, these are red cards, but you're not using them you're not actually going to be bringing these out on the field. You're only ever going to be comboing with these because what they do is that when you combo with this card, you can choose one of your attacking cards, and it gains double strike for the turn. Oh no, for the battle. My bad. For the duration of the battle. So that's the deck, guys. Like I said, it's blue-green aggro control using Son Goku as the leader, and based around Awakening Rage Goku and One-Hit Destruction and even God Charge. And like I said, I might bump up the Beerus up a couple, but until then, that's the deck as it is. I will bring updates to this deck as Set 2 comes out and I get the rest of the cards I need for it. And yeah, I also have plans on making lists for some of the Set 2 cards, which Set 2 is looking amazing, as well as making a list based around Frieza, the Galactic Emperor. So, stay tuned for that. Until next time, guys, this is DanceMan1711 signing off.